to Equestrian Professionals Horse Business Profit Booster, how to use a mid-year checkup to improve your profitability. Tonight's speaker is Pam Saul, accountant and owner of Farm and Equine Business Services, LLC, which helps agricultural and equine businesses with financial support services in bookkeeping, preparation of business plans, budgeting, and projections. Pam is active in agriculture and is on the board of the Montgomery County Soil Conservation District Board, the Governor's Intergovernmental Commission for Agriculture for the state of Maryland, and is chairman of Maryland's Farm Bureau, PAC, along with several other boards and committees. Pam is also assistant editor at Equestrian Professional and is a regular panelist on our monthly horse business hotline. She has a unique combination of knowledge from both the world outside the horse business and directly in it. And that combination of knowledge is what makes her an excellent fit to speak with us today. So welcome, Pam.
Thank you. All right, you guys ready? First of all, I want to let you know that I know some information about each one of you, and that is that you're serious about wanting your business to succeed, and you're willing to dedicate some time to do a better job. So that tells me one very important fact about you. So if you hang on in the beginning with the financial discussion, I promise to reward you with some excellent suggestions on way to save some money. So let's start with some money facts. I believe it's just human nature with most equestrian professionals that balancing your books is not on your list of important things to do. You want to be with the horses 24/7 in the barn or in the ring or wherever else your business takes you. But in order to do that, you must realize that what allows you to be successful in your business is your financial foundation. There's a song currently by Toby Keith, and a line in the song goes, "'Cause if you don't know where you're going, you might end up someplace else." And that's exactly what could happen if you don't have a financial plan set up for your business. When you go on a trip, you use a GPS device or a road map to get to where you're going. But when it comes to steering your business, most horse business owners feel they can go solo. And I can tell you 99.9% of the time, this just isn't the case. A majority of businesses need a business plan. Without a business plan, you don't have a strategy or roadmap for your business. So my first recommendation is to create a business plan for your business. Now, I won't go into all the details tonight on a business plan. That might just be another webinar for another time. So we're going to focus on just one part of a business plan, and that's the budget. Most people think that a budget gets created and then never gets looked at again. What I'm going to tell you is that using a budget as a forecasting tool is the most important part of your business plan. Specifically, using a budget is how you can evaluate your business in real time. So let me give you an example so you have a better understanding of the process. You decide you're going to start a business January 2012. You're working on getting all the pieces together for this new endeavor. And as I've said, one of the most important pieces is the budget. So the first thing you do is you create a projection for your business. And what a projection is that's a document that you create that gives an estimate of the income and expenses for a period of time, most usually in a year. And in this case, you'd create your projections from January 2012 through December 2012. And on January 2012, those numbers then become your budget or financial plan for the year 2012. As the activity in your business begins, you'll record your income and your expenses, and a profit and loss statement, or a P&L, shows these transactions over a given period of time. In this case, you'll run a P&L monthly. So when each month ends, you can then look at the actual figures versus the budgeted figures you created. The process of using the budget gives you the ability to see how you're measuring up against the goals you've set for your business. And because you're looking at it in real time, you can see immediately if there are any adjustments that need to be made. The ultimate goal is to make a profit in your business. And the way you monitor your progress is by reviewing your P&L statement. Now, net profit is calculated by deducting the expenses paid from the income earned. And if the difference is positive, you've earned a profit. If the difference is negative, you've had a loss. The profit margin is calculated by taking the net profit and dividing it by the income and is a percentage. And if you're a member and under calculators and tools, there is a profit margin calculator you can use. And now these are all financial aspects that will help you see how your new business is doing and how you're progressing towards your goals. And tonight, everything that I'm going to talk about, you can calculate by hand. But there are tools on Equestrian Professional's website that will help save you time, as there are templates that are already set up that you can use as a starting point so you don't have to create them yourself. So let's talk about this year. Where has your 2011 first half of the year positioned you for your financial goals at the end of the year? Do you have any idea on how you're doing in your business? And I know that you're really busy, but this is the time to decide if you need to make adjustments in the financial direction of your business. So, you don't have a budget? I'm not going to chastise you or give you a hard time or make you feel bad. I'm here to help you move forward. And no, it's not too late to create a budget. You now have the advantage of using your actuals, and that's your real income and expenses to date, to create budget projections for the second half of the year. And this will give you a better feel for what you need to adjust to reach your financial goals at the end of the year. And we have budget planners that you can use on Equestrian Professional. So do you have a budget in place? That's excellent. What you want to do is you want to review your actual profit and loss statement versus your budget. And I would recommend on a daily basis. And as you review, you'll see what your current real-time status is. Was there a big-ticket item purchased this year that makes it necessary to adjust? You don't want to wait until November to see that your profit margin isn't where you want it. Look now, make the adjustments now. It's easier to look objectively when you're not in a panic mode. For example, let's say when you review profit and loss versus budget, you notice that you didn't have the number of lessons in the first half of the year that you budgeted for because of bad weather. So you know that your profits will be lower unless you make adjustments. This is the time to review your budget and make decisions on the adjustments. Let's say in the above example that because of the loss of income from fewer lessons, you decide to add a fall camp or maybe a clinic or some other additional venture to help make up for the lost income. Before you do anything, you need to create projections. Remember, that's where you map out what the expenses and the income generated are to see if it's advantageous for you to do. These steps are all crucial to make sure your goals are met. Now that covers your business in an overall picture. Let's move on to some of your daily financial responsibilities. We know bookwork suffers when you get busy. So do you have a way to keep everything together until you